What up? What up? What up? What up? YouTube. We are here finally, man. We are here. This is what I've been waiting for. I would like to welcome everybody to my very first YouTube show on my own channel, the VitoVerse extension of the Sandstorm show, aka the Stormcast. So, it's been a long time coming, right? Sandstorm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got my co-host. So here on, on the Vitoverse, he's the co-host, and I got him here for the first episode. Only got to just got to bring it in right, man. So definitely, man, it's an honor for to have you on my show as well, man. Like I said, we family, long time coming. You've been telling me to do stuff, you know what I'm saying? So hey, why not now? You know what
Yes,
I mean?
sir.
So on your show, on our show, shall I say, on the Stormcast, we normally start off with like a little icebreaker or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do the same thing here, except it's gonna be like a double icebreaker. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's gonna be like when I host yours, I always say, what are you watching? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be like the first, and then the second icebreaker or the second question would be, what are you currently listening to? It don't have to be the newest thing. It can be something from the 1950s. Who knows? But just break down. What's programming your life? What is your soundtrack right now? As far as music and TV shows or something.
So as far as TV shows, I've kind of been on the simplistic side lately. Um I just like Abbott Elementary is like one that I always go with. Yo, what up, Jack? Appreciate you coming through, man. Um
Yes, sir. What's up, Jay? What's going on?
we uh we do Abbott Elementary every week. Well, I say we, it's just me. My wife doesn't really watch. So we got Abbott Elementary, and then we have Record of Ragnarok, which I think actually came out, if not
Last year. Oh,
last week, the week
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Season two. I'm sorry.
Yeah, season two, yeah.
Last week, the week before.
Right.
So I just started getting into that again. Um, and then I am going back with Sandbox, who is my son,
Mm-hmm.
um, and watching season 5 of My Hero, because he has to get to season 6, since that is actually ongoing again. I didn't realize that it started back up. They stopped it for the holiday,
Right.
just to start it back up over uh, over the course of this year.
Right.
So we're doing that, and then as far as music, I'm really a underground guy. So and well, I shouldn't say that. I'm an underground guy and a mostly like old school guy. So like old school, I'm talking like 70s and 80s. I touch on the 90s, but it's mostly like techno stuff. That I really used to like. But as far as like the underground and more recent stuff, I'm listening to Sango, who is like kind of in the middle sphere. He's not really like well known, but he's more well known than underground, I should say. But he has a lot of that Brazilian style, trap style music, that goes hard. And he's also from Grand Rapids. He hails in
Oh, okay.
Seattle right now, so
Yeah.
but he's from GR, so he dropped a EP last year called Lake Effect or something to that matter. That
Mm-hmm.
was totally different. It was all right. I liked it, but the other person, Sam Gallatry, he's from overseas. That boy is smooth, man. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen him come up over the past couple years. and he started off on, I want to say he started off on not Cakewalk. What's the other one? What's the one that's on the Max? Not Reason. Uh oh
I'm not
man.
sure.
I cannot remember the name of the program. But anyway, he started on a program off of there,
Mhm.
and was really jamming on that. And he's kind of evolved his sound. He's never
Mhm.
really had any like artists, at least from what I've heard. He's never really had artists, so much of this stuff has been instrumental. But
Right.
these past two albums, I'm telling you, I swear, go check this man out. His stuff is so simple,
Mhm.
but his past two albums that he threw out, he's singing on them. He's almost doing hooks to them, and man, boy, those are so catchy, so catchy. Two of my favorite. If y'all have time, if y'all take out a second, really check them out. Two of my favorite is Assumptions, by Sam Gallatry. I mean, he only sings it's really only the hook.
Right.
He don't even really like say anything as far as a verse, but it's just the beat is so catchy,
Mhm.
with the words and everything. And the other one is the one. I'm calling cause she the one. I'm calling cause she the one. That boy
Yeah.
slaps, and the beats are crazy on that. So yeah, that's basically what I'm listening to when I'm rocking in the car and everything and what I'm watching. So yeah.
Okay.
What
Okay.
about you? What you got on your playlist?
Oh man. All right. Let's start off with what I'm watching first. It's so much on my playlist. I'm a music head, you know. So we gonna go deep into that a little later on. But um, right now, what I'm watching, I just finished maybe I think earlier this week. I've just finished that record of Ragnarok.
Hmm.
Um, I've been watching. I've been trying to watch the new season of BMF, but I haven't paid for Stars, so I'm trying to
Oh
figure out
man.
how
I got you. Don't worry
to.
about that. Go after the podcast. I got you.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But Godfather of Harlem, third season, been watching that. Um, uh, The Last of Us, I've been watching that.
Oh yeah, I still haven't
Yeah,
gotten into it yet.
and it's an interesting take. Now, we'll definitely cover that here on this channel
Hmm.
soon, possibly. But it's an interesting take. Actually playing the game and then playing or watching this series is interesting. Nice little changes here and there, or some people to say it's nice. Some people will be like, "No, you messing up the game. It's not supposed to be the game." You know what I'm saying? It's its own little entity within itself. So, uh, waiting on a couple of movies to come out. Um, I'm still watching Bleach.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
they had that pause too. I think, right?
Yeah, it's finally that portion is finally over.
Right.
And I think from what I understand, that was like the part one, and then they're gonna have like another part two that's, I don't know, an hour or something. But yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, there should really, honestly, there should probably be four parts because that arc is so long. It's
Right. Right.
it's almost like the equivalent of like two arcs.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm not a like manga reader and stuff. It's just weird reading the mangas. You got to read backwards. But
Hmm.
definitely, from what I'm hearing, yeah, like you saying, like it needs to be longer or something. I can't wait to watch it. I'm just watching it as it goes, and the excitement just comes along. I remember you was trying to drop little jewels here and there,
Hmm.
and I'm like, okay, hold on, I gotta get to it. Gotta get to it.
Yep. Yep.
Finally got to it and was like, oh. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm watching right now. I'm sure I have some other stuff that is on a break or something like that I'm not thinking of right now. I think Titans on a Cinemax or HBO Max. I think they have a break right now, or it's a long break,
Mm.
but I, they had 6 episodes. I don't think they're done yet, but it was getting interesting. But
A lot of those, because I guess we kind of forget, there's Christmas for us and everything, and there's New Year's.
mhm,
Um, but they also have, like the Chinese New Year's and all that other stuff over there
Right.
too. So sometimes, even though it may not be well, it definitely isn't because there aren't too many Chinese animes, but they still kind of go around that schedule too,
Right.
to make sure that they have off days because they'll do it for, like, if Japan has their Olympics, well, not
Mhm.
Olympics, but if the
Yeah.
Olympics or like a certain sport is going on that day that's
Yeah.
popular over there, and they'll skip a week, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So that's what I'm watching right now. What I'm listening to, woo, man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. I do show love to inspiring artists. Me and you were inspiring artists at
Hmm.
a certain point. So I definitely look out for them. I look out for my little brother, YFN Aaron. He always wants to correct me. Um, and his homeboy, was it King Grizzly or whatever. I checked them out on Instagram if y'all get a chance. They got some nice music coming out. They doing their thing or whatever. Um, Another young man out there, he pretty dope. He coming up out of Athens. Um, is it YSNV? That man, he he kind of remind me of like little baby a little bit, but then again, he is on like little swag. Like it's totally different. So
Mm.
it's like a new little something. Like it's hard to pinpoint his style, but it's definitely unique. He's dope. Uh, I've actually been listening to him since he was like in high school. Like he was young. You know what I mean? So um, shout out to him. If y'all get a chance, type in USNV. You know what I mean? Check him out, support him, follow him, get them likes up on him and everything. He got I think he has an EP out or an album out, and he actually has a song with I think either Lil Baby or Gunna or something like that. It's he going in, he going up. So definitely check him out. Um, as far as like mainstream, you know what I mean? Not too many. I'm still like you, a little underground when it comes to that.
Hmm.
Um, Recently, I've been listening to more Afro beat than anything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like a little Whiz Kid or just that whole little genre. Who all is the top artist? I have a little playlist on it's was it Apple
Hmm.
Music, whatever, and it's pretty dope. They got some new artists on there that I had never heard of, and they got some dope songs, and that whole I guess genre of music is starting to be very popularized anyway.
Hmm.
So it's refreshing to actually see and hear that what I'm saying, pop off now these days or whatever. Just the shift in music. It's not always the same thing. It changes one time. one time or another is going to change to a different country or a different language. The reggaeton type of wave, they were kind of running it for a minute.
Yeah.
So now it
Yeah, I
went over.
remember that time.
Yeah, yeah. And it still kind of is. I mean, Bad Bunny is like one of the number one artists in the world. And
Hmm.
other people like him. Like this, I think it's more of like that. If it's like a up tempo where it's like or something like that, that little beat like
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
it's catchy, it's popular. African drum or African beat is or Afro beat is similar to that. So it's like the African version of that. So
Right, right.
definitely something I've been listening to. Like I said, it's so much, man. I go back old school. I listen back to our like 2000s, early 2000s and stuff like that with like Nelly and 50 Cent. Sometimes I just go back that way and
Classics for us, man. That's
man,
classics
for
for
real.
us.
As a matter of fact, just like when I was at work today, I was vibing out. It was something that made me think about Cisco. I don't know what it was, but something made me think about Cisco for whatever strange reason. So
Is
I
this like
looked.
Cisco by himself or Cisco with Drew Hill?
No, just his voice.
Oh, okay.
And the very first song that I looked up was Maya. That one, I think it was her debut song or something like that, or single. Forget about "You Is All About Me" or something like that. That
Oh,
song,
okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I was like, if you listen to that song, it's actually pretty funny. Like how Cisco was like ad-libbing her. Like he really
Mhm.
wasn't singing, he was just
Mhm.
ad-libbing. It was like a feature, but it's crazy how songs was like constructed back then. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll have it as a feature, but they only say a couple of things. They're not even, you know what I mean? They don't
Right.
have a verse or nothing.
Right.
Now these days they have a verse. They gotta have a verse, you know what I mean?
Jack said, "Wow, Cisco."
It was just something about it, man. Jack, I'm telling you, man, I be having like my little flashbacks out of nowhere, man. Just random artists just pop up. You know what I mean? And it'd be like the weirdest reasons. You know what I mean? Like I can watch Rush Hour and Cisco could have popped up because they was on that
Oh
soundtrack.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
So, you know what I'm saying? It's just random with me, man. And I just go off of the how the earth feels to me at that day, that
it's fun.
vibrations.
It's funny you even said Cisco because my boy, shout out to my boy Josh. We was talking yesterday, and he made a comment, and I never realized it until I actually went back and listened. But he was like, "Man, Cisco be crying on all his songs. You think of you think of the Thorn song, just any of them. He
Yeah.
has that moment, where crying on them songs, boy."
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, somebody said he even bit that part from KC of Georgia or Jodeci actually. Yeah. So yeah, he'll cry. He'll cry. You had a lot of whiny dudes back then
Yeah, whiny dudes back then, man.
Hey, but it worked back then, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, there was many times where I'll hit that, yeah, that
Yeah,
little I can't wait till that come on.
they pull a step up, the melody be here, and then they're like dun dun dun, like dun dun, yeah,
It's like you couldn't wait for that part, man.
yeah,
Shit. You
it's
probably
a
won't
turn
even
up.
sit up here and you probably won't even say the lyrics. You just wait for that specific part.
Yeah, yeah, you
Just
have
like
a
the
bad
videos.
day and just hit it.
Just like the videos, man. Like that one video when they got the jumping. Tell me
Yeah.
when they get to jumping and shit. Everybody just wait for that part. They don't know the song. They don't know the lyrics. They just know "Tell Me" and "Jump."
Yeah.
Man, but man, good old days, good old days. But all right, man, let's get into our first topic. So, recently, Sandstorm and I have been talking about the current state of Marvel, and
Mhm.
so, as you know, we have a upcoming Marvel release, Ant-Man, Quantum, was it Quantumania?
Quantum
Or something.
Mania.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Quantumania. So it's the third film for him. And he's always it's something about Ant-Man's characters is like, okay, yeah, he's just a little throwaway character, but for some reason he's always a real big point.
Mhm.
But they make it seem smaller. I
Mhm.
don't know if that's pun intended, but um he's always like a key point in the shift of everything. Like Avenger or let me
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ant-Man 1, that
Yeah.
Ant-Man 1 was like the beginning of Infinity War or something like that,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
and then Ant-Man 2 was, yeah, like it always he's that major plot point. So
Mhm. That's
um
set up. That's set up for the 5 year the snap.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. He's always that boom right before you get to the meat and potatoes of everything. So
Mhm.
let's see what this movie brings us because he has a major role against somebody we know he's not going to win against.
Mhm.
But do we have a clip or anything? Do we have
Yeah,
a
we do. Real quick question, because I
yeah,
just
yeah.
now that you were saying that, about him setting up the snap.
Mhm.
Do you think do you think that the quantum realm omits you from being snapped? Because he never if you think about all the Avengers, right? Most of
Mhm.
the Avengers who did not get snapped were all the original Avengers minus Cap Captain Marvel, right?
Right, right,
So
right.
so like Black Panther got snapped.
Mhm.
Um Spider-Man got snapped. Uh, the Guardians of the Galaxy got snapped.
Doctor Strange.
Besides Rocket,
Yeah, Doctor
yeah,
Strange.
Doctor Strange. So like he was really the only like new one more or less who
Mm.
didn't get snapped. So just food for thought. I didn't know if that was actually, you know,
You know what? I
purposeful.
I think honestly, that's definitely a part of their plot for like the quantum realm to. I, I think it it plays a big part because they
Hmm.
couldn't time travel without the quantum technology. So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, he's that. You know, when you enter the quantum realm, that eliminates you from the universe because you're in a different universe. I want to say.
Right.
I
Right.
was thinking about that.
That's what I was thinking. Like, because he's in a different realm.
Yeah,
So does that mean he's omitted from being snapped?
yeah, I think so because it was talking about like it's like a pocket universe. Like if you were to
Yeah.
go into the chamber of time and something like that in DBZ,
Hmm.
it eliminates you from that like the universe or something like
Right.
you're
Right.
separate.
Like
You're in a separate realm.
the time
Yeah,
isn't the same in
right,
DBZ, and that's why they can do that. Even though
right,
they spend like a whole year in there, it's only equivalent to a day. Yeah, I get
right,
it.
right. And I think you know, Ant Man's quantum technology is always going to play a major part in
Hmm.
everything. In all, like even when we go into Secret Wars, stuff like that, the quantum something is going to pop up. Something is going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I really think that, yeah, you got a point. You got a point. That's something to think about. That's
Yeah, that was definitely food for thought.
yeah.
You're an interesting man, Scott Lang. You're an Avenger. You have a daughter. But you've lost a lot of time.
Oh dang,
Like
she got
me.
locked up.
Yeah, like him,
We can help each other with that.
father, like his daughter.
Who are you? I'm the man who can give you the one thing you want. What's that? Time.
Mm.
They can rewrite existence and shatter timelines.
So she already knew about him.
You cannot
Oh yeah.
trust him.
Oh yeah.
I don't care who this guy is. I just lost so much. He can give us a second chance.
Let me make this easy for you. You will bring me what I need. Or everything you call a life will end.
This is all my fault.
Oh wow.
You may not want her to watch this.
We had a deal.
Yeah.
You thought you could win.
Ugh, ugh.
I don't have to win.
Ooh.
We both just have to lose. I'm sorry, Cassie.
All right.
Wow, wow.
February 17th. Everything come out then.
Yeah.
Man, so what's your thoughts on that trailer?
I'm pretty sure that was MODOK. I would have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure that was MODOK, and I like how they bring MODOK back. He's the funniest, most powerful dude that I've ever seen, and I think he's
Yeah.
hilarious. Just he's all DK mode, you know what I'm saying? All head, nobody, you know. That's just amazing to me. That's just
Yeah.
amazing to me. But overall, I guess this is like we know. I'm pretty sure we know now. Like King and the Conqueror is he's the big bad, right?
Mhm. Right.
Okay, so so just looking at this and watching the trailer, at the end part, it makes it seem like my man's is like he's having trouble with Ant-Man, and I really assure. I mean, I'm sure all you people know by now. I assure you, Ant-Man is no trouble for him. But but with that being said, I think we're gonna get a lot of that. I think you're gonna get a lot of realization of how you're gonna get like a tip of an iceberg of how powerful this guy is. Which is really cool to see because we kind of saw that. We kind of got a little bit of that and some of the other stuff when it involved, Thanos and stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, where my man's, he had to answer to Thanos, and Thanos was sitting on the throne at that time. So it's it's it looks like it's going to be a really good movie. It looks like we may not get Paul Rudd as Ant-Man going on from this point, especially with the line that we both have to lose. We just both have to lose. Which chances are, if he's the big bad, he ain't gonna lose to whatever he just thought he was gonna make him lose to. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited about it. February 17th can't come sooner. I'm really excited about uh, being able to watch that and being able to see that all unfold. The thing I like about Ant-Man, just like as a closing thought, is that I like how weird stuff gets.
Right.
Between the first one, the second one, and now this one, that stuff where he like just gets so small that it's just like a whole nother like entire world, and like it gets really weird. And these are things that like I don't know, maybe not most people think about, but like these are the things I think about. Like, well, like if you could be so small, like if you could be just so small on your finger, is like what does that look like? Like smaller than amount of would you fall through your finger into the inside of your finger and the blood? And like you know what I'm saying? It's just like how small, and
Right.
that relates to kind of Ant-Man, like how small he can get smaller than the molecules and atoms, so small to the point where he's in another whole nother universe. There's a
Right.
whole nother universe sitting on a molecular scale of where he's at. So how many universes are there really? Shoot, on the man's hand, you know what I'm saying? Like how many universes are populating that? So it's
Right.
just I just love how far they go with the idea that he can go that small. But I love even more so that at the end of all the smallness of how small they could go, Kane the Conqueror is there. Like,
Right.
I
Right.
need to get out of here. Like, how did you get there in the first place? You're supposed to be
It's
the strongest dude. How did you get there in the
right.
first place?
Right.
Must have been somebody. The original Kane must have put you in jail or something. You must got
Yeah.
stuck in that and he got lucky on doing
Right.
so. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing how this unfolds, man. A lot of tie-ins to Loki season 2.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes.
so we will probably get some answers of what we saw at the end of season 1 in this movie, possibly, if that's the same Kane. So that's something I'm excited about, just the
Hmm.
tie-ins. I think that is Modoc, and it's surprisingly somebody that we already seen on Ant-Man.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
um, I don't know how I really feel about them reusing a already villain and transforming him into a completely different villain when he was
Yeah.
already something else. But in a sense, it could make sense. But then again, it kind of doesn't. Knowing the backstory of Modoc,
Right.
knowing that like his accident, how the big hit happened and everything like that. For it to be explained in this, it's going to be quantum explained, which
Right.
there's going to be a lot of quantumness going on in the MCU. That's the only way they can uh, really almost explain like their wonkiness, their time
Yeah.
travel, you know what I'm saying, different universe and
Different
multiverses and things like
canes, all that.
that's like they have to use quantum. It's like that's like the fall, like the go-to or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure the reason why there was some more vibranium on Earth has something to do with the quantum. Something, you know what I mean? Something crazy happened back with Kane and something like that. And I'm sure all these events that we've questioned on other Marvel projects has something to do with Kane using the quantum universe, quantum technology, some form of
Mhm.
fashion. And, you know, that's probably how he got stuck. You know, ain't no telling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's a man, it's a breath of fresh air to see somebody play a Kang and it feels like it's Kang. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, when he played the one above all on I'm talking about Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
When he played the one above all on Loki season one, excuse me. Um, I was a little worried because he kind of had like this joking tone.
Yeah. Very nice about him.
You know, what I mean? Yeah,
And now
you
you
know.
and now you realize that was just the nice one.
Yeah, that was a nice one. Exactly. So now I'm like, now to see him like change into this the Kane that we know.
Yeah.
It's refreshing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanos was refreshing. You know, a lot of our villains have been refreshing besides Ultron. You know what I mean? Ultron to
Hmm.
me was a
Ultron was
total
a failure.
yeah, it was a failure, man. It was just like y'all kind of jacked that up. But everybody else has been like, all right, cool, cool. Even Wanda on
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. I mean, it felt like how we would imagine if Wanda was to, you know, just go psycho or whatever the situation may be.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad to see this. Now, how is this setting up? You know, like future projects like Kang Dynasty. I,
I
man,
think that is the setup right there. I think this one gets out. I think
yeah,
this one gets out and he sets it and he really pretty much just sets it all up.
right, right.
Um I think I think too to be honest with you, I think MODOK's gonna be like the lesser villain in this one.
Oh yeah,
I think this is gonna be the point where you see MODOK and he dies.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they need another villain, but
Mm.
like Kane's gonna survive this.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Like Claw and Killmonger. You know
Hmm.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We knew Claw wasn't going to be in there too long.
Yeah.
But definitely, I really feel that this is directing the direction of the MCU a little better than what they've been doing for the past 2 years now.
Yeah.
Ever since COVID, I know COVID had a lot to do with a lot of rewrites. But it's still kind of a mess. I gotta
Man,
say, man, you know what I'm saying? I
it's
gotta get into our next point. So our next question or my next question would be, um, how do you feel about the state of the MCU? Where do you see it going? Do you see it getting better? Is there going to be a upcoming movie or series that's going to maybe kind of balance it out and correct it, or based on what we've got so far, you know, as far as like different characters we didn't think we would be getting this soon. How do you feel this will all play out?
so we talked about this in the we talked about this in behind the scenes, and um, the thing about it is I don't like the fact that Marvel is, I call it catering.
Mm.
And I mean there's a bigger degree of catering that I don't like that the movie industry is doing. I won't necessarily say, I'm not saying that I'm not in support of it. I just feel like tying things in to be like, hey, look, we got it. We're focusing on y'all too. Um, for story just doesn't sit right with me. And what I mean by that is that we've Marvel has successfully put into place all these people Iron Man, Ant-Man, Thor, Captain America, Wanda, which that's an entire different subject. Captain Marvel, uh, Vision, Hulk. They've all played their role through the Avengers, and at some point in time, they were all going to have to go. I guess bar Wanda, because that should have been more than a thing than a Easter egg in itself. But once again, that's neither here nor there.
Right,
But um, all of the I won't say all of the Avengers. Most of the Avengers are being replaced by women. And don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with women being in Marvel. I I think it's crazy that nearly all of them are getting replaced by them. Um we've got Ironheart, not Iron Man anymore. Um We've got we got Captain Falcon. Wow. We got Captain America, new Captain America, who is Falcon,
Mhm.
and the Winter Soldier, but we don't know how long they're gonna stay around. We got She-Hulk instead of Hulk now. We have a replacement for Black Widow. We have what's my man's name? Who's Ronan? Slash um
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yeah. So
Yeah.
we got a new Hawkeye. She's a girl now. Um, we Wanda is dead. She got replaced by Proton. Or
Is
is
she
being
though? Is she? Is
no,
she?
she's not dead. But she'll be getting replaced by Proton, and or Captain America, whoever they decide to X off. But it may even be Captain America because of the way old girl is kind of acting about her contract, so they may just off her. Um, and then who was the last person? Nobody knows who Spider Man is at this point. Um,
But he's still a boy.
I mean, he's still a boy. That's true. The same goes with Doctor Strange, but he's gone.
Mhm.
Um, now we've got Miss Marvel. On top of that, so we have a bunch of females on the team, and the only other person that's on there, but they really haven't made like the push of like, okay, is he going to be part of the team? I know what he's going to be a part of, but is he going to really be part of the team or not? Is Moon Knight. So,
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
um, but I also think he needs his second season for that to kind of come around full circle. I don't think we'll see him really at all in
Right.
this phase like that, but I think they're just kind of setting it up for either what's the group he's in? Midnight Suns.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, definitely. They're working on that.
um, yeah. So I think they'll set it. I think they'll set it up for something like that. Or I believe he's part of another group too. Maybe
It's
not the
Illumi- It's not the Illuminati, right? No.
No, it's not. No. Um, it's another group. But I feel like they're setting them up for that because they also have CRC from the Eternals. They don't have obviously don't have Wolverine yet, who would have been a part of Midnight Suns, and I think Cyclops was for a second, but not
Mhm.
while Wolverine was in there.
Right.
And then they have what's the last guy? Oh my
Punisher.
gosh. Yes,
Punisher.
Punisher. Thank
Yeah.
you, Punisher, and
Daredevil.
no, no, no. Who's the
Oh,
um uh Blade and Blade?
Blade. Mhm.
Yeah. So like all these pieces are, and they've already talked about all these people except for
Right.
Punisher,
Right.
who's has yet to make a cameo. So it's interesting that they're like girl power, yay. Which once again, I don't have that big of a problem with. It's just like, who represents. I mean, I guess we got Falcon still, so the black community's got Falcon still, I guess. But and that's another one. Black Panther. Black Panther got
Right.
replaced by a girl too.
Oh
So
yeah, sure. Yeah.
yeah, so it's just, I mean, spoilers for anybody who didn't watch it yet, but it's just it's it's like straight up girl power, and not only like, hey, we can do what the guys do, but like, hey, we can do what the guys do but better. um I don't know if I want to sit and watch a whole like bigger set of movies like that. I don't know if I do. I mean, I still will, but I'll have my reservations. I just think that the way they went, and especially on the TV side, I think
Mhm.
the TV side is really struggling. The shows, because you're talking about like the Hulk, She-Hulk. I'm I struggled to watch the whole thing, but the thing that made me like the most mad is she never really had a villain. Like
Mm.
she was the only one in the in the set of TV shows to not even have a real villain. Like
Kevin. Kevin
Kevin,
was.
Kevin, yeah, right, right,
Yeah, yeah, but no, I get you. I get you.
yeah. So it's just I don't know. Yeah, like you said, they're really messy and they're really sloppy. I think the fact that nobody has kind of contested them
Mhm.
in such a way. Yeah, WB has had like Black Adam, which was a really good movie. That's unfortunate that it didn't make as much as it did.
Right.
Um, just because they're uncontested, I feel like they can sit on their laurels, and it's like y'all got to do better than this. Fantastic Four comes out
Mhm.
next year, I want to say. And I've seen a couple of the lineup for a couple of those people, and I'm like, okay, but
Yeah.
like, don't give me like Fantastic Four from like the last time where you had Michael B. Jordan and you had to erase all that to make him Killmonger. Don't give me that Fantastic Four. Give me like,
Oh
don't even
man.
give me the Fox Fantastic Four because like that. Give me like the real Fantastic Four. Like you can
You
make.
can't because Captain America's in there now. Chris
Mm,
Evans, because you remember he was on Human Torch, so
yeah, I know,
they couldn't even
right?
get. They
He
had a
can't
reason
even
for
be
him to
in
do that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's Fantastic Four can be funny, and like the thing is like corny funny, but like you can still do that, and that's where I give them actual credit, like Marvel
Mhm.
actual credit. They can make some of the most corniest stuff like actually work in their benefit
Mhm.
to how they do stuff.
Yeah.
Uh who was the last? Oh, yeah, She-Hulk, not so much. But uh,
Mhm.
you know, you may miss a few, but you can still hit. You can still hit.
Right.
So, yeah, that's
Yeah.
just how I'm feeling, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, man. I really echo a lot of your sentiments on that. I I think with the series situation, they're kind of shaky. I don't want to say they started off bad. I do enjoy the the Falcon and Winter Soldier series.
Hmm.
I did enjoy that.
It's a good
Loki,
series. Yeah,
yeah,
good series.
Loki, that was a good one. Even their What If was good.
Great series.
The reason why I skipped over WandaVision is it was a good concept.
Hmm.
And it introduced a lot of new things and a lot of new characters that we, didn't think we are gonna get so soon again. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
but it had plot holes that were just like, but really, like, I don't think that works.
So now you got to go back and watch it because Agatha is about to
Yeah,
have her own
she has
show.
her
So
own. Yeah.
yeah, so you have to now you got to watch it because
Well, I was telling people, I was like, you really have to watch it because if you watch Doctor Strange and you
you
didn't watch WandaVision, you don't know what is
don't
going
know
on.
how that happened.
Yeah,
Like
you
what
don't
was the
know
setup
why
for
she
that?
tripped out. Like what's
Yep.
going on? Why is she evil now? You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't understand that. So it's like for you to even understand Wanda, period, why this is even going on. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, it's not because of the little thing that happened on Spider-Man. Of course, they kind of cleared that up. It was more
Yeah.
of a Wanda situation. Her being a
Yeah.
nexus that messed that up. So, but other than that, I mean, I got the concept. I think Wanda is not dead, of course, because I have. Uh, you can't bring the mutants in without actually acknowledging her as a mutant.
Yeah, so that was the other thing. That's so I'm pretty sure she's not dead. However, if she is dead, they'll just bring her back from the quantum or
Oh yeah,
bring her back
or
from another
another.
reality.
Right,
And
right.
and this will be the reality. This would be the reality where she knows who her dad is, and her dad ended up being Magneto.
Oh,
So
hey, actually, interesting fact. They said the Wanda that was getting controlled by our Wanda or whatever
mhm,
is the Magneto daughter, Wanda.
I
So,
believe it. I
so
believe it.
that made more sense. But then again, I mean, they just never said that or whatever. But um, anyway, basically, where I'm at with Marvel's, um, I guess, state where they're at right now, Eternals, they
Eternals is
missed
the
on that.
worst.
Yeah, they missed on
Eternals
that
is the
too.
worst, and
I
it
think,
sucks. It's because
mhm.
it's narrative. It's so narrative driven.
Yeah, like it just, mm, like like you said, you can't always hit a home run. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You can't always win or whatever like that. You got to take some losses, and they took some
Yep.
losses on these couple of projects for this fourth
Yep.
fourth phase or whatever. But I really feel the direction of it, especially introducing Kane the Conqueror. That
Hmm.
was a smart idea. I know a lot of people would love to see Galactus as being that next big bad, which he is coming, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Uh,
he'll come. And I
but
think that's why Eternals came around in the first place,
mhm,
just to have him, or
yeah,
well, it wasn't him, but the judge,
yeah,
but just to see that, yeah, these are Celestials. They're
mhm,
Celestials, right? They're the
yeah,
Celestials.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're celestials. Yeah.
Um, just to show, like, yeah, these are the Celestials, and these are like beings that are like astronomically big, and it was almost
Right.
like almost like a what's the word I'm looking for? Not a demo, but like a showcase of,
Yeah. Preview.
yeah, like how you could handle having something that big and
Mhm.
entering, because you saw like how fast the clouds just moved away, and my man's
Yeah.
head was just like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like everybody's like, bro, what is that? Like these
Yeah.
are the end of times. If there was an end of times before then with like with Thanos and all that, these right here are the end of times. It's a whole face in our atmosphere, you know.
Right.
So
Let alone there's a big old hand and
you
half a
know,
face coming up out the sea on the other side of the world right now.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's just
Yeah.
frightening. It
You know
would
that
never make me want to touch an ocean ever again.
right. Or look up in the sky. Like, oh
Yeah.
no, I'm not looking up today. No. Nope, no. But definitely, you know what? That scene reminded me of Asura, the Wrath
Mhm.
of Asura,
Mhm.
that game, whatever, when they had the big Buddha and he was like over the earth and stuff. That's
Mhm.
what it reminded me of.
Mhm.
But yeah, I really think that they have to literally nail it with the next couple of projects. There's rumors of bad writing on the Blade parts. I'm a little concerned on that. Making a Blade movie. Mm, I think they just, if you really think about all the other films and stuff, the only good films that they really had were the Avenger films,
Mhm.
besides Ultron. All the rest of them were kind of okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there really wasn't well besides Iron Man, the first Iron Man, the first movies of all the little
Yeah, I mean,
those.
I really liked Infinity War. I think Infinity War is probably one of the best
Yeah.
that have been done. It's not like it's the problem is, and you can kind of see them doing it. The problem really is the fact that we're just having hero burnout, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, and you can, and now that they've moved a lot of that, like the good thing is they've kind of tried to rectify it
Hmm.
by being like, okay, here's a TV show explaining the backstory, so we don't have to do this in a movie. You don't have to
Right.
spend you don't have to watch Ant-Man 1 anymore, you know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have to watch Iron Man 1. You don't have to watch Captain America and see how they got their powers. um
Right.
Black Panther, all that. It's like,
Hmm.
hey, we can turn this into a 6 episode thing, and you can see how their powers are, so that when they show up on screen, you know exactly who they are, what they
Hmm.
represent, and what the powers are. We the only problem is we haven't seen that we haven't seen that in the play yet. We've only seen the TV shows. We haven't seen besides Wanda, nobody else from a TV show has made a movie yet. So it's just kind of like how where's the transition at? We got you working on your build up, but like where's the transition at? So
right, exactly. You definitely got a point right there, man. So I guess closing statement on that particular topic. Marvel, guys, you guys need to keep trying to find something different. You can't just keep using the tie-in movie formula anymore, of course, or fan service as well, because you're putting all types of just oddballs in and all this other stuff, and it's just getting out of control. I mean, you guys are talking about adding Wolverine, Deadpool, all these other people in there. I know that has a lot to do with Secret Wars. I understand it, but slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are lost, especially with the series. For you guys to announce that you're going to have an Echo series, I don't see how Echo can tie into anything besides with the Devil's Kitchen, like with like the Punisher or something like that. Like that street that New York thing that the Defenders were doing on Netflix or whatever. That's the only way I can see Echo kind of. But it's like y'all announcing that Echo series. I was like, it's gonna be a waste of time. To me, it's going to. Now I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Maybe you do need characters like that. I mean, we've seen that with Andor and stuff like that. So you're taking a character from something that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers, and you're telling their story, and it's like, okay, that's cool. But at the same time, they're doing a lot of fan service, especially with the Young Avengers. We have almost all the Young Avengers right now.
Yeah,
All of them. Even Scar. And that was like a weird little moment.
Yeah, they just added him there. You're like, what?
Very awkward with a shaved head and
Cool. You're not gonna explain any of that. He just came back and was like, "Yeah, I got a son, and he's old."
Yeah,
Okay. He ain't never mentioned that to none of the other Avengers, but okay, that's whatever. Okay, all right.
Like he
He was gonna hide that from Black Widow, but okay, cool.
Yeah. As a grown 20-year-old kid,
Yeah,
So,
all right.
but hey, they said time works differently at that little spot.
Yeah,
so.
nah.
You know how they gonna say time did this and time did that. So, but
the fact that he didn't explain.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely, I think they got a lot of work to do, but I'm still excited for some of the big names, Ant-Man, Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's so
what's his name? What's their villain?
What's the dude's name?
Adam? Is it Adam? No, not Adam.
No, I mean he's gonna be in it, but he's not really the main villain. He's more of a anti-hero type.
Yeah.
Their main villain is the dude that created Rocket.
Oh, okay.
I forgot his name, dude. Like the guy that plays him is the guy from if you ever watch Peacemaker on HBO Max or whatever, he's like the commander or something like that. Like he's like the leader or something like that on Peacemaker or whatever. It's the black dude on Peacemaker. If you ever watch it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like he's like the boss or something like that for a minute.
Okay.
Until he killed. But anyway, definitely that's going to be a good one. People are waiting for Loki, even though I think Loki should have had a movie, but whatever. But if you notice also too, you know how we say Ant-Man ushers in, this is right off topic, then we're just going to go to the next topic. But you know how we said Ant-Man always ushers in like the next big event. Well, Loki always ushers in the villain. He's always the first one to usher in that villain. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, that's true because he brought in Thanos too.
Yep. He brought Thanos in. And matter of fact, he was working for Thanos, not even knowing it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That very first one or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that was Thanos' army. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So um, he's always bringing in that villain. And not even, and matter of fact, this wasn't even him this time. It was a variant of him. You know what I mean? That did
Mm-hmm.
it. What's her name? What's his
Oh,
various name?
yeah.
Whatever her name is.
She
She's
she yeah, I
yeah.
remember.
But anyway, so it's
Girl
funny.
Loki, basically.
Yeah, yeah. So it's funny how they always have these characters, these two characters that always ushers in the main event. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So that's a good point. I do like the fact that they still have that as the ushering in point. So, and then I think honestly with the Guardians of the Galaxy, I know we just said something about Adam Warlock, and I really think that they're actually going to introduce somehow Galactus in that situation. I believe the Fantastic Four is going to show up
Yeah,
some
the,
form of fashion
the Fantastic Four should
because
have
they're
some.
already showing up. Of course,
Yeah.
we've seen that. So definitely, and oh, just on your point, then we're going to go to our next topic. Just on your point, as far as like all the females being, you know, in the seats of the Avengers right now.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like yes, it's a in between point, but I also feel like if you think about it, it was nothing but dudes at first and only one girl.
Yeah, it
So to
was.
do this,
Yeah, and I don't and I had a kind of a problem with that too because it was supposed to be
mm,
more. There were supposed
like
to be more
split,
female characters. I wouldn't say it was perfectly half, but Black Widow was not the only one doing it,
right?
and it wasn't just Black Widow
You had
and
Wasp, you had
yeah,
a couple other ones, man.
yeah, and the X
So
Men should have been in there back then anyway, but
yeah,
that's neither here nor there again. So
yeah. I think it has a lot to do with just the fact that they didn't have properties of the X Men. It
mhm.
just kind of ended up like that on accident. But I think just having that balance. But I do see in the future, them just balancing it totally out with. We got to think about it. They're getting rid of our original Avengers. They're going to usher in 4 new characters, and
Yeah,
they happen to be a team already. So
yeah,
that's something to look forward to. I predict the Fantastic Four would
yeah.
definitely
I,
hold some weight.
at this point, I feel like Fantastic Four is gonna come before the X Men.
Oh, it will. It will.
The X Men for them is like Diddy and the Locks. You know what I'm saying? He don't know. He don't know how to advertise them right.
Right.
He don't know how to just put them out there right. He just be like, he might jump on a track, and be like, we got the locks. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know how to really handle the locks like that. So
Mhm. Right. Yep. So, all right. So next topic. So we have the Grammys. I think it's Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah, Sunday. A lot of nominations. I have not looked it up. But I guess a discussion point that I've seen recently is award shows valid anymore? Do they matter? Do you really care to watch an award show? You know what I mean? Like is
Mhm.
this what's driving us as artists or producers to get that award, or is it to sell out these what I'm saying arenas and the
Mhm.
award be you guys the fans and stuff like that? So what's your opinion on the state of award shows and comparing it to back then and now?
Now, so award shows. So on my channel, we do a whole lot of gaming talk.
Mm,
And there's a gaming convention that happens every year, known as E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. This is a chance for uh, some of the biggest video game companies to show off what they've got for the year. And for the longest time, people would tout it as a gamer's Christmas, because we got to see new games that were coming out within the year or next year or whenever, that people were working on, and it was a huge thing. It took place in Los Angeles. Bunch of media sites would go out there. They would throw these big conventions that were like hours long for each. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, the big three, is what they're called, and you could get a ticket. And at first, that used to be exclusive. Like you couldn't get a ticket unless you were gaming press. Then they kind of opened it up to the public, and the public could go and check out these conventions, check out everything. It was a big deal. Not until close to 2013, I want to say 2014, because of some things that happened. One of the companies started doing what they call their own directs. They would stop showing up for the show. They would show up for the show, but instead of having a big presentation, they would do their own presentation via like YouTube or just their own way. That was in 2014. We are almost 10 years out from that point, and this year we have gotten that of the big three, none of them are showing up to E3.
Right.
Because it saves on money, it saves on time, all this other stuff, and people aren't really going like that because it is expensive to go. So that changes up the whole community, the whole mindset, of what that convention originally meant. Though it has a legacy, it's almost like that legacy is slowly wiltering away. So to compare that to the music industry, and once again, I'm not huge into mainstream stuff like that. So the Grammys never really hit me like that, but it almost feels like the same kind of vibe, if you will. Not as strong, and I feel like the Grammys will last a lot longer, but it's gotten to a point where like these accolades or like handing off these trophies is something that can almost be done like telling everybody, you know what I mean? Like not necessarily having a huge presentation where everybody gets dressed and pretty, and some people put on a performance for that day, or for the night or whatever, and then go into the next. Like I don't. That's old formula, like that's us and our parents and our grandparents formula. At some point that has to move forward, and grow. And if they haven't grown yet, to the point where it's like this doesn't look anything like the Grammys that we've seen in the past, like this is way different. Like what happened? Who changed it? Did they get a new director or something like that? I think it's going to continue to go into not the ground, but it's going to stay stagnant, and then it's going to die. So I think right now it's still popular enough where people will attend, people will show up. Nobody's showing up to the Grammys like, hey, I gotta take. Have you ever heard of somebody like it's already bad with the gaming community to be like, hey, I got a ticket for E3. You only see bigger YouTubers say stuff like that, or people who actually live in LA who don't have to get a hotel. But have you ever known a person to be like, yo, what you doing tonight? Oh, nothing. I'm just about to go to the Grammys real quick. That never happens. That never happens. So it tells me that the only people who do show up to something like that is people who have money. And what happens when they don't want to show up for that? You know what I'm saying? Like that money that they're shelling out for that is almost what drives the Grammys itself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how big of a deal is it to like you or me or something? You know what I'm saying? Like we're not huge on going in front of the stage. Like we'll do it. We got to go in front of the stage and be like, thank you. I accept this award. Thank you to my moms. Thank you, God. Thank you to my, my baby, my daughter, da da da. Thanks, fam, da 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 da. And walk off with the thing. Like that's not really a big deal to us. I'd be
Right.
like, yo, I don't even really feel like going out. Can you just mail me the thing? Like I'll send you a voicemail or something like that, recording of how grateful I am if I
Right.
get the thing. So then
Right.
if I get it, you can just play it over the top. But like, why do I want to be next to somebody? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's
Right.
just it's so to wrap it up, it's just one of those things where it's like, is the Grammys necessary? Right now, it's still somewhat relevant, but how long is that? It's more so like, how long is that sustainable? How long
Mm,
can you keep on the same trick
mm,
of, year to year to year? It's not a sport, where you literally keep up the same thing year to year to year, but there's
mm.
action to that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The Grammys, oh, it's another time to see Will Smith in his suit. Okay, that's what's up. He not sitting next to Jada. Cool. That's what's up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Oh, certain dude is gonna make a cringy joke. Oh, that's what's
Mm.
up. It's yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
I, don't- I don't see I see it sustaining itself for now, but it's not gonna last.
Right. Right. Yeah. Um, I agree. I don't think it's going to last. I think it's not going to last for other reasons. And the main reason is what we're doing right now, which
Hmm.
is we're making our own content, which
Yeah.
means we're independent, which means it's kind of hard to really count our views or sales or something like that.
Yeah.
So the state of the music industry in my eyes and the way I'm seeing it is so crazy. Record labels are in panic mode. They don't know what to do. All
Hmm.
these artists are coming out and they're making their own money. They're getting streamed and streamed and streamed and streamed and streamed, and they're getting all of these views and money that's coming in from a formula that the music industry didn't think of,
Nope.
because this formula is actually coming from their counterpart, which is like the entertainment TV type of.
Hmm.
But even with that, it's not coming from that. It's coming from the other situations that they never thought was going to blow up. And this is one of these platforms right here.
Yep.
So we don't have a YouTube awards. Only thing you see is a YouTuber. Oh, I got my plaque. I got my
Yep.
plaque.
The plaque. Yep.
So I feel that yeah, it's fading out. I think it's catering, like you said, to older people older than us, our age. We grew up on this stuff. This was before um, you know, the internet, um, all types of stuff, to be honest. I mean, it's
Right.
just
Right.
that we got so much now that has altered our entertainment. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like it. I
And
mean,
if you even think about it, back then when we were younger,
mm,
they used to have. I don't even think they do this anymore. I'm not sure. It might be set up differently, but they used to have, like a rapper, a performing artist went gold. They went
oh yeah, yeah,
platinum. They went
yeah,
double
yeah,
platinum.
yeah,
Like, and those were based off of sales.
yep,
How
yep,
many CDs, how many albums did they sell? They
yep,
don't do it like that anymore because people don't listen to DVDs. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we do, but people don't listen. People in the general sense don't listen to DVDs and stuff. It's
yeah,
all about the downloads and everything.
right,
So it's and for that matter, because they download, normally they only download a song at a time. They don't even
yeah.
download the whole
The
album
whole album, yep,
unless they already heard the album or they were really, really into music like that, and we're planning on deleting it if it didn't work out. But
well, even
outside of that,
even even with that now, you gotta take in considerations like Apple Music. I have not downloaded anything, but I have a playlist and I stream it. I don't have to download it. I don't have to buy it. I'm paying for a subscription. So there, it's kind of weird right now. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? I don't have
yeah,
to do any. I can look up the stuff that I had on my CD and play it instantly without downloading, paying extra dollars for it.
yeah.
I have a artist's whole catalog. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting tricky out there, man. It's different, like you said. You know what I mean? Nobody's listening to DVDs, CDs, or whatever, cassette
No,
tapes, vinyls, which I beg to differ. I'll go to my uncle's house and crack out the
Vinyls
little
are
vinyls.
yeah,
You know what I
vinyls are
mean?
still popular. Vinyl you can
Yeah,
find a record player and vinyls almost anywhere.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, the CDs and the DVDs and stuff like that,
Oh
like
yeah, that's played. We
like
tired of the skipping.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we used to take a CD and put one beat on there, and that beat
For
wasn't right. We
real.
would go back and put one beat on a new CD. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? Like it's
yep.
just that's just how we roll. But like they don't do
Yep.
that anymore.
Right, right. They just put it straight on their phone or
Yep.
whatever the situation may be, you know what
Yep.
I'm saying? But anyway, Grammys, I feel like any other award show is dead. You know what I mean? I mean, even the Oscars. I mean,
Yeah.
we heard about the slap because it was just entertaining as hell. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
no,
saying?
and it still makes me wonder if that was still 100% real, or if that
Mhm.
was just a setup so people
Right.
would talk about the Oscars in the first place. Because I almost feel like it
Exactly.
was a little bit of both. But
Right. Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, all right. So how I would like to end episodes here on, our live here on
hmm
the VitoVerse. What movie or TV series are you excited for that's coming out soon?
TV or movie? I mean, I'm excited for Quantum Media,
Mm.
obviously. Um, TV series, The Mandalorian season 3. I think I'm pretty excited about. You know, most people who didn't watch Boba Fett, you're not gonna know what's gonna happen because he made some decisions. I mean, some things happen in Boba Fett, so you should probably go and watch that, even if you don't like it. Maybe skip the first
Episodes.
couple episodes.
Maybe hit like episode 4 on down.
Yeah, yeah. But even I don't know, Boba Fett. That I don't know. I won't say it was a miss, but it definitely wasn't a hit.
It was a
Um,
miss. It was a complete. I was pissed. Dog,
yeah, you
you
wasn't
totally
feeling it.
they destroyed Boba. They
Yeah,
destroyed the mystery of him. I was pissed. I was
yeah.
like, this
I
is
don't.
not Boba Fett.
I don't mind them taking off the helmet because you really should have already known how he looked in the first place.
Mm.
Because he was just a clone anyway. But the problem that I did have was like some of the aesthetics that they chose for Star Wars that didn't hit. Like the speeder jockeys were like a little too bright, a little too chrome for some punks who just lived in the middle of the desert. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, the steampunks.
yeah, like what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, so Boba Fett season 3. There's a show on Netflix that is coming back soon. It's called Ragnarok. Um, just Ragnarok, not Record of Ragnarok.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but that's about a kid who pretty much finds out that
He's Thor.
he's Thor,
Yeah.
and
It's
his
a
and
it's a
his brother is
Norwegian.
Loki.
It's a
Yeah,
Norwegian.
Norwegian boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
and my half of my family being Norwegian, with my wife and everything, is just that was a must watch. So,
Yeah. For
um, yeah, those are definitely the two big things. That movie is a big thing. Oh, I don't know why I'm tripping. The Mario movie, absolutely. That's absolutely
for
one.
sure.
They just showed off the trailer for Seth Rogen playing
Mm.
as Donkey Kong. That was absolutely hilarious. He sounded like
Yeah.
how I thought he was gonna sound like. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm. I'll say. All right. So this is something I totally forgot to mention. At the icebreaker. Um, I just watched not too long ago. Was it Lovecraft Country?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Jonathan Majors is a great artist. He's a great actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew that. Based on his performance on The Harder They Fall or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a great actor, and to see that he's going to be Kang, to see that he's going to be in Creed
Oh
3.
yeah, I forgot about Creed 3. Yeah.
Yo, man, I've been waiting on this Creed 3 for some time, and to be honest, I thought they were going to go a different direction. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They had a theme there going on there for a minute.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Of like kind of like having Adonis fight Rocky's
The
you know,
rival.
like the
Yeah.
rival son or
Rival
something like
son.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thought it
So
was gonna be Clubber Lang's son or something.
yeah, yeah, man, I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be. I thought we was gonna see Mr.
Yeah.
T come up out of there out of nowhere. So
Ah!
I'm gonna kill you, sucker. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
kill
kill you,
you.
Bebo. You my Bebo. You ain't nobody else, Bebo. You my Bebo. I'm
Right.
the I'm the king. I'm the champ now, Bebo. I'm the champ now.
Yo, that was a classic. I
Yeah.
might go watch that after this, but
Love that.
yeah, I can't wait to see that. I did hear some stuff about Stallone not really liking the fact they were making the third one or something, or he had
Mhm.
nothing to do with it or something like that. But let's see what it let's see where it goes. This is Michael B. Jordan's. I don't know if it's his first time directing, but definitely he's going to be directing this. So I would love to see what he does with this. Um, Jonathan Majors, great actor. You know what I mean? He's his chops are he's starting to show his range. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We're starting to see his stuff on all types of levels. And it's just good. It's just good cinematic, old school like fun. Just watching the characters unfold the way he makes it do that. So I
Yeah.
can't wait for that. As far as series, I'm not sure when this is coming out, but um, I know I was definitely waiting on. Man, it was a part two on something on Netflix. Is everything was on Netflix? I am waiting on it. So I think it was Baki Han, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Baki Hama.
Yeah,
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 that definitely needs after the whole jail
yeah. The jail
situation.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was
I
waiting
feel
on
you on that.
that. I think there's a couple other movies that's supposed to come out on Netflix, but I can't think of them, so I don't want to say their names or try to say their names. Um, so pretty much, man, just pretty much the movies is actually going to be, or we already, we talked about Ant-Man and um, Mario. We should have
Hmm.
talked about that too. I think we were talking about that. We should do it on your
Yeah,
channel. You
we'll
know
do
what
it
I'm saying?
on we'll do it on
It's
the channel.
Nintendo. You know what I
We'll
mean?
do it
So
on the channel. Don't worry about it. We'll do it
yes,
on the
sir.
channel. It's coming up.
But definitely, man. Thank you for coming through. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? I really appreciate you. Just the launch episode, and it means a lot to me that I have my big cuz here with me. So um, definitely roses to you. You know what I'm saying? Kudos.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you for all the people that tuned in. Um, saw a couple of people, tune in or whatever. If you guys are tuning in right now, we about to wrap it up. So just rewind it, listen to me ramble or whatever. Definitely share, subscribe. Um, Stay tuned. Next week we're gonna have a podcast. Well, I'm gonna be on here. I'm not sure if Sandstorm what you got going on next week, but definitely we have some exciting stuff coming because on the other channel, we're going to be talking about Hogwarts, and that comes out next
Hmm.
week. So we're obviously going to be streaming that. I'm going to figure out how to stream it on mine. So definitely, man, stay tuned. You know what I mean? I won't give it to you now, but just stay tuned. I'm gonna have a Twitch up pretty soon, so definitely look out for that. There's a playlist podcast type of radio. You can like make your own type of radio app. It's called Amp. I'm gonna have a channel on that, so I'll give you guys the link on that. Definitely just check us out. Subscribe. Check out the Sandstorm page on Instagram. Check out our YouTube on there. Our Stormcast will be. Do we do this every Saturday?
Yep. Every
Yeah,
Saturday at 9 o'clock.
every Saturday at 9. And check out the Winging It podcast. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Jay and all those people over there, Action
Yep.
Jack, everybody. Definitely stay tuned. I'm not going nowhere. So, any last words for you?
Closing things. Saturday tomorrow. We have, like Vito said, our final thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy. We are having the Winging It podcast come through so we can talk about our experiences, questions, concerns, and our just overall thoughts. Sunday, is the Winging It podcast at 7 o'clock, like you said. Um, Monday, you can find me on the Jail podcast with Terminator Juice. That is at 9 o'clock, I want to say. And then Tuesday is Hogwarts Legacy. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you actually, you can actually watch both channels. You can watch both channels. You can watch both channels at the same time. We both Ravenclaws, so
yeah.
you're gonna get the same effect as far as like
Right.
being in the dorm. But like outside of that, we're gonna be doing different things. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
definitely check out both of those. But other than that, yeah, make sure you, I guess, super quick shout out to everybody.
Yeah,
Make sure you follow Jay, Jack, Shadow Fox. Let me start all over. Jay Fleming, Jack from Media Grounds, Shadow Fox, Andre, the Game Idea Guy, our troll, Vicky, Fangirl Reviews, who does
yeah,
amazing reviews, and Crusade and
definitely.
stuff like that. She's very awesome. You got Vito. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the like button on this for Vito.
For
Also
sure.
follow him as well on Twitter and Instagram. Vito Trey Vito for both.
Yeah,
Make sure you follow Terminator Juice. Come on through and check him out. Mr. T. We've got Robert. I have to figure out what Robert's thing actually is,
yeah.
and the Game Freak Terrell.
Mm,
Also Retro Def and Clocked It. So make sure you
yeah.
follow all of them. Give them proper love. Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, that would do it, y'all. Stay tuned next week, man. We out.
Peace.